Good morning, everybody. This is the last of our devotions for this week, and a big thank you to Rick and Fam van Putten, who've allowed me and us, the team, to use their home to film what you have seen these past 5 days. The stories of Jesus that continue to feed our souls. There was a story, and we find it in the Gospel of Mark chapter 7, where people bring a man to Jesus who is both deaf and who has a severe speech impediment. And we read, not unlike that man whom Jesus took outside the village, we spoke about that just a day or so ago. Jesus took him aside, and there's just a quiet moment between Jesus and this man. And Jesus, we are told, put his finger in this man's ear, and he spat, and he touched his tongue, and he looks up, and he says, in a word, old Aramaic, "Ephphatha," which means be opened. And immediately the man can hear, and we read that his tongue was released. Well, there is great rejoicing. Now, that's the story. It happened long, long ago. But as with the many stories in the Bible, and the Gospels in particular, there's another level of meaning here. Because it suggests that there is amongst men and women in our time a spiritual deafness. I spoke to a man some months ago who didn't believe, and he said, no, he said, I am tone deaf to the things of God. In other words, he doesn't pick up anything from God whatsoever. And there are many people who, when you speak to them about God, just do not connect. They are on an entirely different wavelength. They are spiritually deaf. And so today is a reflection on the nature of spiritual deafness, and of how Jesus can come alongside in a man and a woman's life, and the things that hitherto they may not ever have heard, in the sense of discerning what God is saying to them, speaking to them through his word, suddenly becomes clearer. And it is when Jesus touches us. And I like that story, that picture of his finger in the man's ear, and he's looking up. It's almost as if Jesus is the conduit of the power of God. You remember in the Gospel of Luke how we read that the power of God was present to heal, and that Jesus was so attuned with his Father in heaven, so anointed by the Spirit, that the power of God touched so many lives. As it was then, friends, so it is today, especially for those who spiritually just don't understand, can't see, can't hear. May God open our ears and enable us to hear what he is saying. Remember the still, small voice of God. He or she who has ears to hear, let them listen. God be with you.